deal with the devil. They made a pact with the devil. They did. They made a deal. Gina, the devil don't exist. The devil does exist in many forms and all of that kind of stuff. So you're only fooling yourself if you think the devil don't exist. Really, truly, you're just fooling yourself. I picked up this book today. I'm gonna flip it around. Oh, I don't want to lose my space. What can I do about this? I know exactly what I'm going to do. What you gonna do, Gina, honey? Well, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna pull one of these out of here so I can do my marker. So I can make a marker. Preserve sound judgment and discretion, then your foot will not stumble. Backsliders get what they deserve. Good people receive their reward. An offended friend is harder to win back than a fortified city. And wisdom is more valuable than precious jewels. Nothing you want compares with her. So, I got this book today. We'll just stick them both in here. I picked it up today when I was out with my daughter. Mysteries of the Unexplained. It's really, really pretty. If you're just tuning in, oh, it's got all kinds of mysteries in it. And when I read this one thing that we're going to read, this person, the shape shifting sounded like a reptilian. The way this person shape shifted when they made a deal with the devil, they had turned into a snake. Well, it kind of reminds me of the Naga. The Naga, you remember the Naga in ancient whatever it was? They say, oh, it's just a fable, it's a myth, it never existed. No. See, we had the upright serpent in the Garden of Eden. Oh, this is from a Reader's Digest. Well, I didn't know that. That's really interesting. They had a whole lot of good stuff in them. If you ever looked at any other Reader's Digest, 1987. Well, what a lovely, what a lovely year. See all this? Oh, look at that. Beyond the walls of time, unearthly fates, monsters, and super unique sky, the realms and miracles. Okay. Look at that right there with the horns. I gotta get a drink. I decided I'm gonna stick one of my straws in here instead of going. Now I'm gonna go like this. I probably need. Let me try it again. Now they made a pact with the devil. I want you to hear what she said. What they said. Well, how on earth did I get the solar flare popping up on here? Because the devil is fiery hot. That's how hot hell is. It's a fiery heart. Fiery hot. That's what it is. We're going to look at this, you all, because this is something different. But no, I'm going to flip this around. Hello there, Al Honey, Applebrooks Honey. Hello, everyone. Exorcising the devil. You see this picture right here. So you can, well, it doesn't look like a snake. It got awful little skinny legs like an alien, really. Saint Wolfgang Origenberg, a 10th century German bishop, is portrayed confronting the devil, believed to have the power to interfere in daily life. Well, absolutely, in the spiritual realm. Hello. Henry, that might be so. That might be so. Oh my goodness, let me see this. It's a pact with Satan. You all, this may not be for everyone. If you're scared of the reptilians and stuff like that, shape shifting, and yeah, this may not be for you. I think it's kind of, it has to be PG or G if it's in the Reader's Digest. It has to be. When Clara Germana Selle, we're talking about Clara Germana Selle, was 16 years old. She made a pact with Satan. Or she told her confessor, Father Erasmus Horner, at the mission school that she attended since she was 4 years old. And in the weeks following her confession, Germana began to behave wildly. On August the 20th of 1906, she alarmed the sisters in charge by tearing her clothes, breaking one of the posts on her bed, growling and grunting like an animal, and seeming to converse with invisible beings. Well, we all know there's no such things as invisible beings. Certainly there ain't no such thing as somebody growling and stuff like that. That wouldn't even make sense, would it? Oh, it makes a lot of sense. If you think of the spiritual realm, if you think of the reptilians and stuff like that, I think it makes a ton of sense. It does. You got the interdimensional beings. You got the demons. It seems like the earth is full of demons. I got to sit down, y'all. Y'all, got to sit down. Oh, yeah. In the meantime, what is that? That kind of looks like an eye. That looks like an eye. Let me see that. Kind of looks like an eye right there in the center, like a head. Yeah. So, okay, we're going to look at this. Gina, can you push this back around? I want to. I really do want to. I'm going to read about her. I do. I'm going to stick my book up here. I don't know what's going to happen when I do it. Oh, got all kinds of things popping up on there. We can do it. Oh, this is what I like to do it. Oh, okay. This is good. Now, there we go. Now, what did we say? Hello. So we're going to read about her. I made my shorts up here because it had the air on and then I turned the air off. Gina, can you get yourself situated? Oh, I will get situated. I am situated in my mind. She growled like an animal. She was conversing with invisible beings. In a more lucid moment, she called out, "Sister, please call Father Erasmus. I must confess and tell everything. But quick, or Satan will kill me," she said. "He has me in his power." That's what she said. Has me in his power. Oh, there's people who'll tell you, oh yeah, he's got me in his power, all right. Got me in his power. "Nothing blessed is with me. I have thrown away all the medals you gave me." Yeah, I guess they gave her medals to stop the devil from getting a hold of her. But she threw them all away. She threw them all away. Later that day, she called out, "You have betrayed me. You have promised me the days of glory, but now you entreat me cruelly." Until these outbursts began, the priests and the nuns of the Marian Hill Order Mission School in Umzinto, about 50 miles south of Durban, South Africa. South Africa? Oh, now wait a minute. Had considered Germana a normal, healthy, although somewhat erratic young person. So we're talking about South Africa. Is that near Table Mountain, Cape Town, South Africa? Because that's supposed to be the largest. I'm just telling you, that is the largest alien base on the planet. Alien base on the planet. We got to look and see where Durban. We're going to see where Durban, if you're from South Africa, hello, because, you know, we got to look at this up on the Google Earth. We can come over here and look up on Google Earth. Where is my Google Earth at? I don't even know how to use the Cyberlink thing. I really don't. I haven't even taken time to do that. It's been on here for 5 years. I want Google Earth. I want to find out where Durban is. Okay, we're gonna do it. We're going to Google Earth. We want to find Durban. I want to see. We know where Cape Town, South Africa is. Well, let's just go to Cape Town, South Africa first. Okay, Cape Town. Cape Town. We want to see where that's at first. Cape Town. Hey, we already got it in here. Why? Because we've already looked at it before. Let's see where Cape Town, South Africa is, because we want to see where that is on the map. And I want to see where this person is located at, because they are located. Oh, okay. That's Table Mountain. I thought that was Surf Town. I mean, not Surf. Durban, not Surf Town. She's from Surfing. She's from Durban. Durban. Now Now we're going to see where Durban is located. How far away is Durban from Table Mountain? Let's see, because I wonder if it's over here near Table Mountain. Let's look. Nope, she's way over there. She's on the other side of the island, other side of the continent. She's way over here by the sea. Well, there's the water. There's the water. Okay. Okay, well, that's where she's at. Y'all, we just tacking it turban. Turban. Not a turbine, but turban. She made a pact with the devil, is what she did. So in South Africa, she was a normal, healthy girl when she was 16. Why 16 would she make a pact with him? Although somewhat erratic in person. As her condition worsened, if y'all just tuning in, they made a deal with the devil. This girl made a deal with the devil, made a pact. I don't even know how she found out about the devil. I have no idea. I don't even know how she even began talking to the devil, what even possessed her to even want to talk to the devil, but she did. And this is a depiction of it. This is there was the devil right there, and this is her. As her condition worsened, yes, it is significant. Germana began to manifest the signs by which the Roman Catholic Church identifies cases of demonic possession. Holy water, for example, burned her when she was sprinkled with it or given it to drink. The holy water burnt her skin, you all, when she was sprinkled with the holy water. They were looking at the signs that she was under possession. But when she was sprinkled with ordinary water, with which the font had secretly been filled, she simply laughed. She just laughed at it. She laughed at it. She laughed at it. They looking at why was she, I don't know why she wanted to do it. Gotham City. You all, this is where we are at. You got to, we're going to flip it around because this is real. But when, okay, she complained. She complained vigorously whenever a cross was brought near her, and she could detect the presence of a religious object, such as a small fragment of a cross, even when it had been heavily wrapped or otherwise concealed. That spirit within her. Gina, this is all make-believe. Is it make-believe? Do you think vampires are make-believe? How they show the movies of vampires and stuff? No, it's not. She made a pact with the devil when she was 16, and I don't even know why she even thought about doing that. She also developed a more wide-ranging clairvoyance. She was able to describe the daily details of the priest's journey from Africa to Rome. Look at that. She could describe the daily details of a priest's journey from Africa to Rome, including the address of the places where he stayed all along the way. You all, there are people who can do that. What does that mean about those who are, oh, what's those people called? Oh, I know. It's not, they're not time travelers. These people, they're not clairvoyants. Has somebody got these people? Don't be getting yourself in trouble. You want to hear about this woman who this young girl made a pact. Oh, they can see. And I want to know who the people were called. The government uses them. No, I'm not talking about the bloodsuckers. I want to hear another word for clairvoyance. It's the people who can see shape-shifting. I can't think of the names of them. Not that. Yes, remote viewing. Thank you, Julie. Remote viewing. That's what it has brought into my mind. Remote viewing. She had the ability to remote view. There are people who have the ability to remote view. So she's got these gifts now. Maybe that's what she asked for. Give me a bunch of gifts. But she didn't, she didn't know what she was asking for, obviously, because she got everything that went along with it. We're in South Africa. Why does this have to come from South Africa? Is it because of Table Mountain? Okay. She, oh my gosh, and to shame one young man who made fun of her, she revealed the scandalous details of his private life, complete with dates, times, and names. Oh my gosh. This is really wild, you all. This is a being inside of the person who has taken over their body, and they are able to read people's minds and everything. They needed a body. She gave them her body. That's what she did. She gave them control of her body, and they were happy to take it. All right. Among Germana's physical manifestations, her confessor reported numerous instances of levitation. She could levitate. Germana floated often 3, 4, and up to 5 feet in the air, sometimes vertically with her feet downward, and at other times horizontally. Hold on, pause. Here, let me do this. Gracious Heavenly Father, may you keep your hand over us and may you protect us as I am reading this. May no evil come on here. We don't want it. We don't allow it. We're trying to bring awareness of the realm that is out there. I pray that you protect us in the name of precious Jesus. Amen. Okay. No, because see, I got to pray. I have got to pray about this because I didn't know all of this. Let me look at this. No, you don't want to see it. You want me, and then you're not going to look at the words. You are not going to look at it. She had her feet downward and at other times horizontally with her whole body floating over her bed. That's what the aliens do. When some aliens comes and visits people, they float their body out of bed and somehow they do something to their cells in their body and they float them through the walls. You go through the walls. I wonder if it was an alien. She floated through the walls. Well, Jesus went through the walls too. Did Jesus walk through the walls of the upper room? Does anybody know when they were in the upper room or something? Did he walk through the walls or something? Because if you get a spiritual body, you're able to do all of this. But I don't think her body was spiritual. What they can loosen in space. Paradox fossils. They can loosen the space between the molecules after he rose. Philip, thank you. Thank you. I thought he did. That's right. So got a new body. She was floating above her bed. She was in a rigid position. I don't know what a rigid position means. If you're in a rigid position, does anybody know what a rigid position is? Rigid means rough, I guess. I don't know if her body was contorted. Even her clothing did not fall downward, as would have been normal. A stiff. Oh, sounds like rigor mortis. Oh, you know that thing you ever do it when you're little? Light as a feather, stiff as a board. When you're playing as kids, they have you lay flat on the ground, stiffen up your body, and everybody gathers around and they take their 2 fingers and put them under your body. First, they tell you to just take deep breaths and stuff. And they say, light as a feather, stiff as a board. And they just lift you up with their fingers, but I think they just all lifted you up with their strength of 8 or 9 people. Means stillness. Well, for those who do not believe in the spiritual realm is very, very real. Extremely real. You just don't hear about it. And I certainly have never read about any of this because even though I will lean toward my spiritual, there's some things I don't really like to talk about. I don't. But this book popped up, and I'm talking about that. We got demons on the earth. Demons are on the earth right now. Now listen, they can walk through the walls. They can walk through walls. Even her clothing did not fall downward as she would have been normal, as would have been normal. Instead, her dress remained tightly attached to her body and her legs. If she was sprinkled with holy water, she moved down immediately, and her clothing fell loosely onto her bed. This type of phenomenon took place in the presence of witnesses, including outsiders, even in church, where she could be seen by everyone. She floated above her seat. Some people tried to pull her down forcibly, holding onto her feet, but it proved to be impossible. Now, there are instances of some cultures and some religions and stuff. There's a gnat flying around where people can float and they can levitate, but they're not necessarily being called demon possessed. You have angels. You have good angels. You have bad angels. You have good beings. You have bad beings. You have good spirits and you have bad spirits. And if you have one of the same, then they both can do the same, except this one that was in her, that was of the bad kind. It wasn't of the good kind. No, she got taken over by the bad kind, not the good kind. She got taken over by an angel of darkness, not an angel of light. That's what happened to her. Because you can't just say, well, just because somebody levitates, well, they got a demonic being. Just because somebody can float above, you can't say that, because there's both sides. There's the good and the bad. The good and the bad. Just because, I'm not even going to get into that right now. We're talking about her. She made a pact with the devil is what happened. Another curious. You all keep your comments coming in, but please keep them respectful, because there's people in here who may not know what you know, what you saw when it comes to stuff like this. And this may not be a video for everyone, but we're in a controlled environment, and you can keep it controlled, because this is something that's written in this book. She made a deal with the devil. They don't even say what it was. We ain't even got to it yet. I don't even know if they ever say what it is. Hello. Yeah. Another curious physical capacity that astonished the attending priests and the nuns was her ability, this is get you right here, was her ability to transform herself into, she transformed herself into a snake-like creature. She sounds like a reptilian. Reptilians, now if you all think about reptilians, and became as flexible as rubber. She would writhe along the floor. She would writhe along the floor. Hold on. Gracious Heavenly Father, you please continue to just surround us with your angels, and just keep your hand over this whole entire live stream. Keep any bad energy out. We're trying to raise awareness. In the name of precious Jesus, I do not want any evil here. I don't even allow it. It's not allowed here on this live stream. None. It is none. Just because we're raising awareness, it doesn't give them the energy. It doesn't give them the reason to come in and invade this live stream in the name of precious Jesus. You are to keep back in the name of precious Jesus. And I mean it. I mean it. Or I would not be praying that. I would not. I wouldn't be praying it. I need another card to use. There, I found it. I found another card that I can use as a marker. It's going to be this one right here, love. Love and faithfulness keep a king safe. And through love, we're going to use love. We're going to use love. Love and faithfulness, what's on the back side. The light of the righteous. Okay, that's perfect. I just reached in there, you all. I just reached in there. I said, I need another marker other than the back stabbing. No. I stuck my hand in that thing, and we pulled out the light of the righteous. And that's what I said. Look at this. The light of the righteous shines brightly, but the lamp of the wicked is snuffed out. So we snuffed out the devil's light. So we're gonna raise awareness in this darkness with our light. You can't make that up. I just literally stuck my hand in the proverb things and I pulled it out. Her whole body would become as flexible as rubber, and she would writhe along the floor. At times, her neck seemed to elongate. She had an elongated neck. Her neck was elongated, thereby enhancing the serpent-like impression she gave. And once, while she was being restrained, she darted like lightning at a nun kneeling in front of her, and she bit the poor woman on the arm. The wound showed the arm marks of her teeth and small red puncture resembling a snake bite. She got taken over by a reptilian. The reptilians they're bad. Some of them are really, really bad. There are some who say if you got good reptilians, you got bad reptilians. Now, there could be something like that, but this woman right here, she was like the serpent in the Garden of Eden. She was a human being, but then her body became flexible like rubber, and she crawled around on the floor, and her neck got long. Her neck got long. The reptilians, they took over her body. The shape-shifting reptilian demon is what it was. A shape-shifting reptilian demon. I wonder if she got bigger. If she got bigger. On September the 10th of 1906, permission for Germana's exorcism was given, to be performed by Father Erasmus, her confessor, and by Father Mansuet, the mission rector. The rites began in the morning, and they lasted till noon. Then they began again at 3 p.m. and continued well into the night. The next morning they began at 8 o'clock, and they lasted until 10. Under fierce pressure from two exorcists. Oh, look how my hand just was big and close. Two exorcists. The possessing demon said that he would signal his departure by an act of levitation. So a male demon got inside of her. And this occurred before 170 witnesses. There's the number 17 again. In the mission chapel, and prayers of thanks were later given. In January of 1907, while Father Erasmus was away, Germana suffered a relapse and made a new deal with the devil. On April the 24th, a new exorcism began, and it lasted for 2 days and was successful. The devil's final departure being signaled by an incomparably foul smell. Foul smell. There. They got rid of them. The light got rid of the foul smell. No. Okay, this is somebody else trying to get something out of them. See, this has happened in Germany. In Germany. Well, we know what happened in Germany, but I wonder what the year was for this right here. I don't know what it was, but that picture right there of this woman, it looks, what do you think that we have copies of us on Earth? Because I know a person personally, and they look like this other person, and identical, even to the same style of glasses they wear, the hair parting, the whole facial features, they look identical. And then that person, also a younger version of them, looks just like them too. Do you think they're cloning every one of us? because I've seen 3 of the same person, but in a different life on this earth at the same time. The doppelgangers, and you're on different timelines, Well, one of them I know is Kathy Woods. Kathy Woods, she's some kind of financial advisor. Kathy Woods. There's another person, it's a young person who has a YouTube channel. I don't even know how I found her. It's a younger version of Kathy Woods that looks like Kathy Woods, the same entire facial features. No. We're not going to read any of that anymore. We are not. There was something else in here where people were getting... What? This fell out. The Baron. We can do a lot of things for you. What is the Baron? The Vulcan. Don't ask me what any of this is, you all. I have no idea what this is. This came out of the book. I don't want no negative energy on here at all. I don't. In the name of Jesus, I don't want no negative energy on it. There. How about that? There. That don't feel like it had good energy on it. It doesn't. It didn't feel like it had good energy on it at all. And the Vulcan reminds me of the Vulcan. The Spock. Spock the Vulcan. Was he a Vulcan? Oh. Your wife's aunt looked exactly like you. There's something to it, right? Someone told me on the video today, you look like my mother. And another person, you look like my mother that passed. Okay, what if there are so many duplicates of us? Yeah. Burn that book. Oh, I'm not going to burn that book. I'm not going to burn it. I'm not going to burn the book. I'm not. That's what they did back in the old days. They did. They did that back in the old days. They had book burning things so people wouldn't know. People wouldn't know anything about anything. It was those things that they... Oh, this was something else I was going to do. They were talking about things that fell from the sky. You know how in the Bible they had manna fall from heaven and stuff like that? This is also what I was going to read because it's got some good stuff in it. It's got good stuff and it got some unpleasant stuff. Gina, you going to read any more about that stuff? No, I'm not. One's enough for me. One is enough for me. Now, there are, look, strange things falling from above. If you're just tuning in, this is a book that you're probably not going to find nowhere. Each year, at the beginning of the rainy season, the people of Lloro, Honduras, gather buckets and barrels each year. This is wild. They gather, let's get this. They gather buckets and barrels and nets in anticipation of the fish that will fall from the sky. And each year, for as long as anyone can remember, sardines have fallen by the barrelful. The shower of fish, as the natives call it, generally starts around 4 or 5 and is followed by electric storms and strong winds. And the fish are left alive and they're jumping on a grassy plain southwest of the town. Look at that. There's something to all of that. There's something to all of that. These It's like the biblical account, and it's still happening today. Now you got to, oh, my nose is itching. You have these fish, sardines falling from the sky. Sardines are not cheap. So if they're getting barrels full of sardines, they're really getting something that's going to last a long time. That's right. They make a hobbit to find a people. Now, in 1833, lumps of a wool-like substance descended on miles of countryside. See, you can look at this, miles of countryside, right here, near the French village of Montesson. Elsewhere, swathes of silky-like material and billowing threads have fallen as though from a vast aerial haberdasher warehouse. In many parts of the world, the frogs and the toads have also fallen on numerous times and in monstrous numbers, and so have winkles. What's a winkle? Does somebody know what a winkle is? Winkles, worms, and snakes. What is a winkle? Blood has been seen dribbling, pouring from the sky. Oh my gosh, that sounds like aliens from their, that sounds like aliens, aliens and UFOs. If there is blood dripping from the sky, pouring, it's probably from some kind of bad aliens. Oh, it's a seafood, okay. Beans and grains fall, and so does meat, mussels, fat, and though granaries and abattoirs sail invisibly overhead. Reports of these and many other kind are in the skyfall. They range from the more acceptable to the downright incredible. And at the farther end of the spectrum are events that may dwell, they may belong to another category of the unexplained. Sometimes non-meteoric stones fall from the sky, ejected by a volcano, gathered by a whirlwind. They rapidly descend on the same two adjacent roofs. Well, that's really weird. In California, and that's really strange. Showers pursue. They single out and pursue certain people. 2 fishermen were such victims is already beyond belief, but that the stone should fall on undamaged ceilings in closed rooms or inside a closed tent. The victim here was an Australian farmhand. All of that, you all. Look at this. Perhaps in the earliest, you all, this is like stuff. Oh, it's giving me a hot flash. See if I can drink from the straw. I am. See if I can drink from it. This is wild. They had it, okay, they had it way back in. They had it way back then. This is Joshua. The sky recorded in the book of Joshua. It's illustrated here. Great stones cast down from heaven upon the Amorites, and they forced them to flee before the Israelites' army, and many of the soldiers were killed by the stones. Did you know that story? Stones falling from above. Well, then they're going to get some biblical accounts. They're going to give a biblical account. Okay, that's Joshua. As they fled before Israel, they were going down to the ascent of Beth Horon, and the Lord threw down great stones from heaven upon them as far as Azekah, and they died. There were more who died because of the hailstones than the men who Israel killed with the sword. A less explicit reference. Lord, when thou didst go from Seir, when you marched from the region of Edom, the earth trembled and the heavens dropped, clouds dropped water. Okay, they got ancient skyfalls, the fall of stones. Oh, now you have the defeat of Sabines in Mecca, the Abyssinian. Well, I've never heard of Abyssinian. The Abyssinian army laying siege to Mecca was put to flight by a fall of stones, supposedly dropped by the birds. Well, the large birds in The Lord of the Ring, when they had the fighting of 5 armies, the birds came. However, the least famous stonefall in ancient times is Rome. After the defeat of the Sabines, when King Tullus and the entire Roman state were at a high pitch of glory and prosperity, it was reported to the king and senators that there had been a rain of stones on the Alban Mount, Mount Albanus. As this could scarce be credited, envoys were dispatched to examine the prodigy, and in their sight there fell from the sky large hailstones, which the wind ploughs in drifts upon the ground, a shower of pebbles. Okay, they rained fishes in Finis, fish from the sky. You got fish from the sky. You got the plagues of Egypt. There's really something going on. There really is. Not with just the biblical account, but when you have things like this occurring in modern day time. Look, seeds of ivy berries were found inside hailstones that fell on Wiltshire, England in 1687. Seeds of what it was? I don't even know what it was. Ivy berries. Then if you go to here, a village in Norfolk, England, small toads fell from the sky in such a vast number that the local people were greatly inconvenienced, and in October 1683, it is reported that the village had to sweep them up by bucketfuls for burning. Oh my goodness. Bucketfuls for burning. Oh. Ancient historians, including Procopius, Marcellinus, and Theophanes, record a fall of black dust in the year 472 BC, during which the sky seemed to be on fire. The location of the fall is uncertain, but may have been Constantinople. Well, but probably because a volcano exploded or something. You think so? Look, I will plague all of your country with frogs, and the Nile shall swarm with frogs, which shall come into your house and into your bedchamber and on your bed, and into the houses of your servants and of your people, and into your ovens and your kneading bowls. And the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt, and they gathered them together in heaps, and land stank. The land stank. Stank. Some kind of small. Oh, you all, this is wild. Something's going on. I mean, there's something going on up there in the skies above. And yeah, there are UFOs, and there's unexplained things up there. And when things fall from the sky, well, they're greater than we are. Obviously, we're earthlings on this earth. A foul-smelling substance with the consistency of butter fell over large areas of southern Ireland in the winter and spring of 1696, according to the Bishop of Clone. This stinking dew fell in lumps, often as big as the end of one's finger, and it was soft, clammy, and of a dark yellow color. The cattle in fields where it fell continued to feed as usual. The local people believed the butter was a useful medicine and collected in pots and pans. Where's the stuff coming from? And if you think of the Hunger Games, you know how they got stuck in that dome in the Hunger Games? They got stuck in the dome and they caused it to have thunderstorms and stuff. I don't know what all they did inside that dome. Under the dome, they did all kinds of things. What if we were living in like a matrix thing and that's how things appear? And what if God's in control of the matrix? I don't know. Well, you're stuck on this earth. You are. Toads. Okay, they are toads. A shooting star. Okay, shooting star. Let's look at the shooting star. In 1803, a shooting star fell to Earth in Silesia, between Bardsdorf and Freiburg. Its trajectory was low, and the witnesses heard a whizzing sound as it went by. For some time, the meteorite seemed to lie burning on the ground, and its point of impact was therefore easily observed. And in the morning, a mass of jelly-like material was found on the snow at the landing place. Jelly-like material. Well, what would that be? Some kind of fungus-like thing? The report of the incident makes no mention of snowfall subsequent to the meteor's descent, nor does it say whether there was a sign of melted snow at the point of impact. They don't know. Gale force winds, a look at this, a foul-smelling object. Y'all just tuning in. This is things falling from the sky now. Covered a cloth-like nap, fell at Amherst, Massachusetts on August the 13th of 1819. It was examined by Professor Rufus Graves, who removed the nap and discovered a buff-colored pulpy substance beneath it. On exposure to the air, this substance became a livid color, resembling venomous blood. The object was said to have fallen with a brilliant light. Wow. Something's coming out, y'all. This is like this wild stuff falling from the sky. They had a half a ton of hay. No, this is, look at this, you all. Hay coming from the sky. Showers. In Brazil, a silky substance fell in 1820 around the Pernambuco, Brazil, covering an area of 90 miles. The French consul, well, what's this right here? This looks like hay. Flattened down as the hay flew by. They observed a ton of hay sailing in the wind. And then herring. You got herring. Fish. You got fish. All right. This is making me tired. Okay, yeah, we got some woman who she made a deal with the devil. And the serpent she turned her body in rubber-like like a serpent. And then finally the devil left her. I think it was a reptilian, left her body and it levitated and things like that. That's fine. Now we're talking about shower of candy. There's a shower of candy. All right, let's see the shower of candy. A shower of candy is recorded as having occurred in some sections of Lake Country, California, on the nights of September the 2nd, 11, and 1857. It is said on both of these nights there fell a shower of candy of sugar. The crystals were from 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch in length and the size of a goose quill. Syrup was made of it and some of the lady residents of the section. Here's an olive gray powder that fell on Shanghai in 1846. Under microscope examination, the powder seemed to two kinds of hair. The substance was declared to consist of confervae or algae. When the fibers were burned, however, they gave off the common ammoniacal smell of smoke of a burnt hair or feathers. There's no telling what they're doing there. There is no telling. You could have some aliens up there taking people. You could. Look how big these fish are falling from the sky. They got them. Singapore. Fish tumbled down upon the residents of Singapore during torrential rains. They got hit in the head by the fish on their head. They scurried to fill their market buckets with them, and numerous dead fish were found around the puddles, dried up. Look at that. It could have been whirlwinds and stuff like that. Gina, are you done? I am about done for. Gina, throw that book in the trash. And I'm not going to throw it in the trash. I've already prayed over it. Something going on. We've got the bad in this world, and we got the good in this world. You got evil people, and you got bad people. If you The only way to escape this is if you'd have to leave the whole entire earth. You would have to leave the earth. You got to grow. You got the wheats and the tares. You got to grow up together with them until the time of harvest. When it's harvest time. Yeah. I don't like reading about demons, but demons exist, and that is not my forte. It is not. Nobody likes to read about it because it's not a nice subject. But the good thing is, the girl got the reptilian being out of her body is what happened. Totally out of her body. Yeah. Yeah, it's a silent city in Alaska. The silent city of Alaska, it says. The Duke of Abruzzi led an expedition to Mount St. Elias. Well, I didn't know you just had a silent city in Alaska. What is this? Can you focus on this? In a glacial region, let me see if I can get it. In a glacial region near the Alaskan coast, they searched out the silent city of Alaska, a mirage that many prospector Indians had reported seeing over a glacier. C.W. Thornton, a member of the expedition, later wrote, it required no effort of the imagination to liken it to a city, but was so distinct that it required instead faith to believe that it was not in a reality city. Earlier, they wrote the New York Times, we could plainly see houses, well-defined streets and trees. Here and there rose tall spires over huge buildings, which appeared to be ancient mosques or cathedrals. Some people believe the apparition to be an image of Bristol, England, which is 2,500 miles across the pole. From the site of the extraordinary mirage, its appearance was reported each year between June the 21st and July the 10th. The Quarterly Journal of the Royal Meteorological Society. They saw that, the silent city of Alaska. So, is it still seen on June the 21st and July the 10th? Between those dates, June the 21st and July the 10th. Tall buildings, cathedrals and stuff. I wonder if it's the other dimension. I wonder if the veil gets really thin during that time and you're able to see into the other dimension. It's the short of summer, the start of summer. You've seen a lot of stuff. Yeah. We're cartoons in the eyes of the divine creator, sun from the sun. Quite so, probably. The realm of miracles. See, this book's got a lot of good stuff in it. You don't want to focus on the bad. You don't. Oh, they got a fire handler. Imperishable eloquence. A sinister entertainment. The bad and the good luck. The incorruption. The eloquent ordeal. An ocean oasis. Oh. These are all kinds of stuff. Okay, you all, we're not going to read it anymore. What is that? He practiced medicine and magic without a license. Did you know you got to have a license to practice medicine? I got to put these up. I got to put these back in here in my little thing. Before I do, I'm going to pull another one out. That's really nice. Look, I just pulled this out. And that was the one I just pulled out. And then this is what we pulled out right before that. Love and faithfulness keep a king safe. And we used this right here when we was talking about the girl who made a pact with the demon. That was the last one we pulled out, and I just pulled this out. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck and write them on the tablet of your heart. Good people leave an inheritance to their grandchildren, but the sinner's wealth passes to the godly. So look at that, you all. It's all about love and faithfulness from the very beginning where we started. And then I just pulled that out. It's all about love. Love and faithfulness. I'm putting them back in my Proverbs. I loved reading them. It's my favorite book, Proverbs, and Ecclesiastes, and the book of Job. That's what it is. And it's all right, you all. It is. I'm going to go because I've made myself tired. And they got the FAA cameras up tonight, but there's nothing going on except clouds. That's all it is. It's clouds. We got it going on. You like the Psalms? That's right, you all. We can do it. We did do it. If the darkness has a voice, so does the light. So does the light. And let me make that point. Let me make that point. If the darkness has a voice, is allowed to speak, so is the light. You know what? Oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding. This thing will not let me out of here. I want to get out of this, and this thing will not let me exit. Look at this, because I want to look up something on my computer. This will not let me exit that. What do you think about that? Look at that. I cannot get out of this. I can't hit the escape. Maybe I can do that. I know what I was going to say. I'm gonna make a point right here. If the darkness has a right to speak, so does the light. Let me tell you about this right here. I'm gonna read it. Okay, let's watch it. I'm gonna read it. This is how you know that you have every right to speak also in this realm. You have every single right to speak in this realm, just as much as the dark. Okay? It's Satan's first attack, right here. Satan's first attack. One day, the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. So you have the sons of God are presenting themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. Where have you come from, said the Lord to Satan, from roaming through the earth and walking back and forth in it? Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? There is no one like him on the earth who is blameless and upright and fears God. Satan said, well, does Job not fear God for nothing? Have you not placed a hedge on every single side around him and his household and all he owns? You have blessed the work of his hands and his possessions and increased in the land. But stretch out your hand and strike all that he has, and he'll curse you to your face. Very well. So, see what happened? The sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and so did Satan. So if Satan has a voice, we got a voice. As it is in heaven, on earth, we can speak just like they speak. That's what you got to say right there. If the darkness is given a voice, so is the light. Right. There you go, right there. Take that. Take it. Just take it. Oh, I'm going. I'm gonna go. I am. So, yeah. Get my chair out of the way. I'm gonna get. So this is interesting. Don't focus on the first part of this, but know that these upright serpents, these reptilians, they are the shapeshifters. And they can get inside of human bodies. They can. But they can be made to leave also. They can. Now, if you think about it, that reptilian would not have even had any charge over her body if she did not invite it in. If she did not invite it in and call for it to come in, it would not even came in and got in her body. But she called it in. That's why you got to be very careful what you look for, what you ask for, because you may get more than what you bargained for, and then you may be caught in somebody else taking over your body, and it'll be very hard to get rid of it. And if you don't want to get rid of it, it ain't going to leave. Well, Gina, why can't I get rid of this right here? Because you don't want it to leave. That's why it ain't going to leave. It knows you better than you're telling other people. So I'm going to go, with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, I love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. let me ask you something. Are you going to stay where you're not wanted? If you go somewhere and you know that you're not wanted in that place, are you going to stay there? No, you're going to leave there. The same way with something who gets a hold, who gets in your body, all right? If it is not wanted in there and it's told to leave and it's meant to leave, it's not going to stay. It has to leave. It has to leave. In the spiritual realm and in the physical realm, it has to leave. You just put the two side by side. What happens in the spiritual realm also happens in the physical realm. Just like that. Yeah. I'm going to go, you all. This is enough. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you for your comments, and thank you, moderators. And Ginny, you going to do many more videos like this? I don't think I will. I don't. But I don't know whatever I'm going to do. I don't. That's right. You mistreated yesterday, and leaving as soon as possible. You got mistreated and you're leaving as soon as possible. We can ask in the name of the book of the comments. That's right. Oh, you can ask the name of the book. Oh. Right there. Mysteries of the Unexplained. This is a Reader Digest. I found it today. Reader's Digest. Right there. Oopsie. You can see it. Reader's Digest. Association. And it is in 1987. That's the name of it. Mysteries of the Unexplained. Right here. Now, you know that everything we got now is digital. Books will become a thing of the past. It'll be kind of rare. It'll be kind of rare to get a book. It will. Yeah. Yeah, great. Have a wonderful rest.